Coming up, UIHC makes some controversial changes. And later, famous journalists make their way to Hampshire Auditorium.
Can Iowa's offense finally hit double digits? We'll tell you more in sports.
Are sunny skies here to stay? I'll tell you more in weather.
All that more coming up on this Friday morning edition of DITV News. Don't go anywhere. DITV News starts right now. Good morning and thank you for tuning in live to DITV and KRUI 89.7 FM. I'm Ethan Brander. UIHC has announced they are planning on phasing out their inpatient program for eating disorder treatment later this fall. DITV News Director Ashley Wheel has more on what this means.
This program is currently the only inpatient care option in the state of Iowa. In a statement to the Daily Iowan, UIHC said that the reasoning is to redistribute resources for acute mental health needs. They also explained that current patients in the program will continue receiving care, but they will be no longer taking on new patients. There have been mixed emotions and reactions to this change.
It's not a bad thing to make more mental health beds, of course, but the way to do that is not by taking away the only eating disorder beds in the state.
Yeah, I'm disappointed, but I know it's a hard decision and there's many needs that need to be served.
Graphics and even a petition have been circling around social media calling to save the eating disorder program. This has been bringing attention to eating disorders and the changes UIHC are making. April Bannister is currently in the inpatient program and posted on Instagram sharing her reaction to the news and her experience in the program.
A year and a half ago, if I hadn't had this program, I would have been dead 7 times over.
UIHC will continue to have other services for eating disorder care available. University of Iowa Student Wellness also has resources for students.
There's a lot of good guidance for anyone with an eating disorder or other mental health disorders for students here at the university, and those are free services, so we always say start here.
UIHC also said how it was a tough decision and it was not made lightly.
So I think there's still options. It's not going to be as convenient, for students because this patient program was right here, but having an eating disorder in general is not convenient. So.
From the University of Iowa Hospitals and Clinics, Ashley Wheel, DITV.
On Wednesday, Robert Woodward and Carl Bernstein gave a lecture at the University of Iowa Hampshire Auditorium. Daily Iowan news reporter Emily Nyberg is live in the newsroom to tell us more. Emily, who are Woodward and Bernstein?
Woodward and Bernstein are journalists and authors best known for breaking the Watergate scandal for the Washington Post. Watergate was a series of political scandals following burglaries at the Democratic National Committee headquarters in the Watergate office in Washington, D.C. on June 17, 1972, during President Nixon's campaign. This reporting earned the Post a Pulitzer Prize and Woodward and Bernstein a book deal.
What did they talk about in their lecture at Hampshire?
The main focus was on the parallels between the political climate in the 1970s during the Nixon presidency and Watergate and the Trump presidency controversies. They also spent time responding to audience questions, specifically about objectivity in journalism, to which they said journalism can never be 100% objective because the truth is not neutral. Back to you, Ethan.
Thanks, Emily. Now, Reagan, can we expect rain this weekend?
Yes, Ethan. Well, today will be dry. The rest of the week will not look the same. I am live at the Pentecrest where it is about 70 degrees, but later today we can expect temperatures to reach the mid-80s. I recommend bringing an umbrella on the way out the door this weekend as scattered thunderstorms are expected with a high of 79 degrees and a low of 67 on Saturday. Rain is expected on Sunday as temperatures rise to a high of 86 degrees. Sunny skies return for Monday and Tuesday as we can expect highs in the upper 80s and low 90s. In the evening hours, we can expect temperatures to drop to the high 60s and low 70s. We can only hope for a night of good weather for Saturday's night game. Michael, will the Hawkeyes make the most of it?
Let's hope so, Reagan. This week, the Hawkeyes take on a weak Nevada Wolfpack defense, and if Iowa has any hope of competing in the Big Ten, they'll have to improve this historically bad offense. not only be the worst offense in the entire NCAA this season, but it's also on pace to be one of the worst offenses since 2000. The Hawkeyes' miserable 158 yards per game is not only 72 yards behind New Mexico State for the nation's worst offense in all of Division I football, but as of now, Iowa is on pace to finish with the worst scoring average, worst yards per play, and worst yards per game of over the last 20 years. On top of that, starting quarterback Spencer Petras has recorded a QBR of just 3.4. That's more than 10 points fewer than the next lowest Power 5 quarterback. But Kirk Ferentz and the rest of the Hawkeyes say they have complete faith in their QB1.
He'll start right now. That's our plan. Unless, something happens in practice. And, we obviously spent a lot of time looking at it, considering it, talking about it. And, we were 0-2 at the start of the 20 season. Then we won 12 straight with him at quarterback. So, he built up some credit right there, and I thought he played really well.
If there was ever a game for Iowa's offense to arrive, it would have to be this week against the Nevada Wolfpack. Nevada comes into tomorrow's contest fresh off of an FCS school, scoring 55 points on them. Incarnate Word, yes, that's the name of the school, would go on to beat Nevada 55-41. And while Nevada does have 2 wins on their resume, it was to 2 consistently poor-performing schools in Texas State and the aforementioned New Mexico State Aggies. If Iowa can't get things rolling against this defense, changes need to be made. Iowa can prove all their doubters wrong tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. And the Iowa volleyball team went 1-3 in the Cardinal Gold Challenge, and head coach Jim Barn tells us that the girls are determined to get a win this weekend here on their home court.
They're fighters. They want to win really bad, and they want to get things going in the right direction. And so the desire's there, the determination's there.
The team is struggling offensively, and they need to adjust before Big Ten play begins. And I wonder where I've heard that before. Iowa plays here at Extreme Arena, hosting their home opener today against South Dakota State at 12:30 p.m. And the Iowa men's golf team is coming off of a rocky start to their fall season, but the team's top golfer proved why he is one of college's best. DITV multi-talented reporter Ethan Brander has more on how this team teed off their season.
The Iowa men's golf team is back in swing. The Hawks competed in the Fighting Irish Classic earlier this month in South Bend, Indiana. Now, the team may have struggled finishing 12th out of 15, but Iowa's stud golfer and former Big Ten title holder, senior Mac McClear, shot an impressive 1 under par through 3 rounds.
Hit a lot of good shots in round 1, but just couldn't really get it in the hole, to be honest. Just kind of kept plotting along, doing the same thing in the second round, and that just kind of went in the hole that time.
Mac has been one of Iowa golf's brightest stars over the past few seasons. The Hinsdale, Illinois native has been a regular fixture among the Big Ten's elite golfers throughout his time on the course, amassing multiple All-Big Ten selections, and has recently played in the prestigious U.S. Amateur, a tournament most well known for catapulting the careers of golf legends such as Tiger Woods and Phil Mickelson. Iowa golf next plays at the Inverness Intercollegiate on September 26th in Toledo, Ohio. But for Hawkeye fans here in Iowa City, the Hawks will host the Iowa Fall Classic at Blue Top Ridge Golf Course in Riverside, Iowa on October 16th and 17th.
Come back Monday for the latest on Hawkeye sports. Back to you, Ethan, and fantastic job with that golf story.
Thanks, Michael. Tesla CEO Elon Musk recently had memorabilia from his college days auctioned off through a Boston-based auction site. Jennifer Gwynn, Musk's college girlfriend, had a collection of never-before-seen photos and keepsakes. The auction house reported that all of these items sold for a total of $165,000. Musk has not commented on the auction. However, he has changed his Twitter profile picture to one of the pictures auctioned off. Thank you for tuning in to DITV News and listening to KRUI 89.7 FM. Be sure to head over to dailyiowan.com for all your latest news between Monday and Friday. And check out more of our content on the Daily Iowan YouTube page or dailyiowan.com/DITV. For DITV News, I'm Ethan Brander. Have a great day.